We are on. Welcome to the Just Raiders Baby podcast. I'm your host. I am Jay Raider, and this is a special Denver edition of Just Raiders Baby podcast. I have a special person here today. I'd like to introduce somebody that I've known for 25 fucking years. Sweated, gotten fucked up, blood, sweat, and tears, anything you could fucking possibly say. Best friend forever. Aesop ABQ hiker, aka Blotz, in the house. This guy's been a Raider fan since 1990 as well. So 30 fucking years this guy's been a fan. I'm glad to have him here with me today.
What's up? How's everybody doing? What's up, Raider Nation? We're in Denver right now, kind of feeling excited for the game tomorrow. It was a long trip, but I think it was worth it, compadre.
Yes, sir. We planned this trip about a month and a half ago. This is our second year coming to Denver. We were here last year for the game with Jimmy Glass, aka Jimmy Garoppolo, pulled off the win barely, and we're just like, fuck it, we gotta do it again. You know, we're from Turkey, so Denver is relatively close to us, closer than it would Vegas. But we gotta do a Vegas one too. We gotta go do a Vegas trip. We gotta go check out a Raider Vegas game. It's so much fun. I remember I ended up going to the one back in January of 22 versus the Chargers, and they ended up winning that game, which is awesome. So I definitely want you to come with me to share that experience. Nothing beats, the Vegas lights, seeing the Raiders play at home. But yeah, so we are in Denver. I posted something earlier on Instagram. We passed Mile High, and we're officially in enemy territory today, which is crazy. But so far, we just came back from downtown, and we had nothing but love. We ran into a few Raider fans already here for the game, which is pretty fucking cool. So we're actually about to head out to the blackout party here at 5280 Sports Bar here in Denver. And we went last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, bro, but it was pretty fucking fun, right?
Yeah, there's about 10,000 Raider fans in not such a big building, which is super dope because you're around your people, no fights. Everybody gives you dabs. You got everybody in life. You got some gangsters. You got some of the white dudes. Looks like they were ex quarterbacks. It was real cool. It was a cool environment for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, every time I'm actually the one to discover that bar when I was out here for a different job about 2 years ago, and I was like, what the fuck? There's a Raider bar in Denver? Like, how is this even possible? But I let you know, and I let a couple of other friends know, and we went to this blackout party last year. Bro, I didn't even know how the fuck I walked out of there, to be honest with you.
You had a DD.
Honestly, we had
I
a
was
great
DD.
fucking
That's
time.
why you made it. I was DD. That's why you made it. I was taking care of everybody.
True, bro. True. Yeah, you did, because I remember bits and pieces. I mean, I remember most of that party, but I don't really remember too much after that until we actually got some food and whatnot. We actually made it to the tailgate pretty fucking early. I think we made it there like 11:30. We got the tailgate for a few hours, which is pretty fucking cool. And if you haven't been to a tailgate here in Denver, definitely got to go check it out. A lot of fucking Raider fans. You might not think there would be, but there fucking is. There's a lot of people out here, a lot of Raider love. Raider Nation definitely comes out big and strong here to show support for the Las Vegas Raiders. But you know, we're about to actually head out there in a few minutes. But I wanted to do this quick podcast, just kind of talk about a few things. I mean, we're in Denver, bro. You know, we got to do something special. We're out here for the Raider game. You know, let's kind of go into the biggest news out there right now, Max Crosby is actually playing tomorrow, believe it or fucking not. And I don't know if you knew, but he was out for a game, last game versus the Browns with a high ankle sprain, and they sat him out. Actually, he played hurt. He got hurt during the Baltimore game versus the
Mhm.
Ravens during the second to last play, I believe, of the game. He got hurt. He got rolled on, and then he played hurt with Carolina. And if you got to see the highlights, he was not 100% at all, bro. He looked fucking flat. He looked flat-footed. The pressure really wasn't there to put on Andy Dalton during that game. So they sat him out the Cleveland game. The defense really stepped up, which is amazing. And actually, the defense won the fucking game, which is even more crazy without Max Crosby, because you would think Max Crosby would win the game. But he was not. He was not even there. So we actually get to get him back. He actually practiced Friday, so he's expected to play tomorrow on Sunday. I mean, bro, you're an athlete. You've had high ankle sprains. What do you think, man, of him coming, being able to play tomorrow?
I think Max is as tough as they come. He reminds me of like a Howie Long, just tough man. I'm sure he's gonna get taped up. He's gonna pay through pain. He's the anchor of our defense. Without him, we struggle a little bit. Just the fact that he's there, even if he's not doing much, he puts fear in the offense's eyes. So I'm excited. When I heard he was gonna practice, I'm okay. If he can practice, he's likely playing, right? Because that's tough men. That's what they do. He's a Kobe type player, right? Breaks his finger, snaps it back into place. All right, take a little break. Let's go. Ready to go. So I'm excited for that, bro. Because we were missing a lot of players last week. It's a clutch W, right? With that many players missing, be honest with you, a lot of people likely thought we were going to lose. We won. We can go into Denver 3-2. Hopefully, San Diego loses, or what are they now? LA Chargers. Who cares about them, dude?
Basically, some feel bad. I like,
Yeah, San Diego, dude. Yeah.
you know, yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy that, and that was the key to victory, honestly. And I said it before on my previous podcast. Is like, there has to be other players that has to step up. It can't just be Max alone that carries the defense. He can't be just the only cheerleader out there. There has to be other dudes that step up. There's Christian Wilkins. This dude's a fucking beast. Came from the Miami Dolphins. Now he's a fucking Raider. This guy was born to be a fucking Raider. And you got other guys out there as well. You got Ja'Cory Bennett. Um, you got Paul Mao, and Paul Mao just replaced the injured Marcus Epps, the safety that went down, and I believe he tore his ACL, so he's done for the season. And this kid came out there and he stepped up in the last game. I see nothing but great things in this game from him. And you got Jack Jones. Jack Jones is a top tier cornerback, and his presence out there, this guy's going to try to go ahead and grab that ball for an interception. But to see Max out here tomorrow, even if it's at a level where he's alternating snaps with the hero from last game, which is Charles Snowden, who got the big sack on Deshaun Watson that literally sealed the game. If they're alternating snaps, or if you have Crosby going in for, you know, one snap, and then you got Snowden going in for three, hey, that's still a plus. Like you said, man, it's gonna instill fear in the offense and the opposing team. They're gonna be like, oh shit, man. Now you got two guys that are adding pressure. You have Bo Nix. Bo Nix is a rookie coming into the league. Yes, his first two starts were terrible. They bounced back, and they were able to measles two wins. But honestly, if you apply pressure to Bo Nix, I don't see this kid being a rookie being able to overcome that to be able to throw effectively in the game. So it's a really good thing to see Max out there. Another thing, some news, and I want to go ahead and share. Zamir White is actually out for this game. So Alexander Madison is actually starting at running back. tomorrow. He has been doing really good. He did really good the last game versus the Browns. So seeing him out there as running back one is going to really open up that run game. And I see him probably alternating snaps with Abdullah. So seeing him out there is really good. And like I said, you got Paul Mal. He's going to be at that safety position. Got Jack Jones. You got Robert Spillane. Robert Spillane is just on a fucking tear this year. I love that guy. I can't say enough about him. So I love seeing him out there. And then you got Matt Crosby, you got Christian Wilkins as well. So having all those personnel on defense, I don't see the Broncos offense putting up a lot of points. You're gonna see something under 10 points in the first half, just to be honest with you. But let's talk about the offensive side. So, biggest news, and I know you heard, bro, Devontae Adams requesting a trade from the Raiders. What do you think about that?
Honestly, I think it was expected, right? The moment they let go of Carr, we knew this was coming. They were friends. He came over in order to play with Carr. Our quarterback, it wasn't certain. We got the cat from where did he play? The Colts last year. He's not playing great. What team did he play for last year? The QB.
Oh, Minshew. So we got
There we
Gardner
go.
Minshew from the Indianapolis
Minshew.
Colts. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So we brought him over, and we were expecting a lot of good things because he did good last year. He hasn't been playing great. Honestly, I think it was kind of expected, but whether or not that's going to be a distraction, that's the problem, right? He's such a big part of our offense.
yes.
He's a threat every single play. How is that going to affect him? Is he going to take plays off now? Is he going to want to play? That's really a big question because when you play for the Raiders, you have to buy in not only into what AP is selling, you got to buy into Raider Nation. It's a special team. You have to be tough. You can't be a complainer. You got to be a grinder. That's what our team is made out of. It's been like that since the John Madden days to Flores days. You got to be a strong, will-minded. It's kind of like the Steelers, right? We have a similar type of organization.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever fully bought in, so I don't know, dude. It's a big question.
I mean, the trade was, I don't know, and I could be wrong because obviously we're not in the know, we're not behind the scenes. But I'm pretty sure the whole spiel to Devontae was like, hey, you know what? Come over to Las Vegas. We can reunite you with your college quarterback and best friend forever, Derek Carr. That was the selling point, man. Unfortunately, we had Josh McDummy come in kind of fuck things up. I mean, they
Yeah.
played together and they looked like they played really well the first few games, but it just wasn't just them two that the office was centered by it, because it's not just two players in the team. You
Mhm.
got other players you got to go ahead and involve as well. So the offense kind of struggled, and there was changes of QB position, and then you got their car that got sat, and that kind of was a show. And then next thing you know, Derek Carr gets released. So Devontae was kind of in a fucked up position where he's like, well, I'm in a fucking contract. I can't go request a trade off the bat. Let me, and he's also a lifelong Raider fan as well. So it's a dream for him, to come and play for the Raiders. But yeah, I mean, it's a big thing where Carr was the main selling point. Now he's not here. You got Gardner Minshew who came in. Before that, you had Jimmy Garoppolo, aka Jimmy Glass, and you know how that turned out. He fucking shut the bed and he was terrible and they did not click. And you saw that frustration on the Netflix show Deceiver. I don't know if you got to watch it or not, but he was complaining a lot, and it was a lot of it was directed towards Jimmy Garoppolo and just kind of how the, the Raider offense wasn't getting in sync. So now you got Gardner Minshew here, and they didn't start off good. They had that loss to the Chargers, but we ended up bouncing back with the Baltimore Raven win. But then we shut the bed again with Carolina with the Panther game, and we played terrible. But it was terrible on both sides of the ball. So it just, you can't cast the blame on the offense. You can't cast the blame on the defense. It was just overall terrible, football playing, and Carolina was hungry and they wanted to prove us. They had a statement to prove, so they ended up doing that. And I think kind of that's why they went down here now. I'm sure there are little rumors out there that I've kind of talked on Instagram, but they're saying that he and AP have kind of butted heads. They haven't seen eye to eye, and everybody's trying to determine like they're trying to deep dive like some conspiracy type shit. Like, when the fuck did this all start? Like, when did he feel like, hey, I don't want to be a fucking Raider anymore. I want out. I say it could have started from preseason. There was a moment in preseason where he voiced, hey, I don't want to play in preseason. He had some time off, I think like a week before for his baby. His son was born, and that's given. But when he came back to practice, AP said openly, like, hey, if you're healthy, you're going to play. And he came out saying, like, hey, I'm not really wanting to play preseason because for me, it's not worth the chance to get probably hurt. So there was some friction there. And then that last game, none of the starters played. So I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. Then you had some frustrations that went into that loss with the Chargers, and then obviously with Carolina. You can see the facial expressions on Devontae Adams. They're pretty clear, man. So I don't know. And then you have the Carr situation, Carr not being in Las Vegas and playing with him. And just him not seeing, like, I don't know if I could be wrong. He probably doesn't see us as a potential playoff team or whatever. So that could be another cause for him to want out from Las Vegas. But um, let me ask you, do you think this would be like a distraction for the team?
I think it has to be. Whether or not we can get past it is really the question, right? Because it's their best
Yeah.
receiver, number one offensive threat. He is the best on that team all the way around, I think, from talent to production when he's thrown at. They double team his ass every single damn game. It's hard to even get him the ball sometimes. I think it has to be. But with our tight division, if we can get past that, that's pretty massive, right? We can get past losing our best receiver, the best receiver we've had since what, probably Tim Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he's up there. He's the best route runner in the NFL still. I mean, you
even at this
got
age, for sure.
yeah. I mean, you could. There's argument obviously because you got Justin Jefferson from the Vikings and stuff, but and there's a couple other guys out there as well. But yes, and that's also the thing that Devontae brings to the offense is that he gets double teamed. Sometimes he gets triple teamed, and that opens up our other guys. But also too, it's just the offense. Previous game before the Browns game, that wasn't happening. We weren't able to capitalize on those double triple teams. And actually, to be honest with you, we ended up playing better when Devontae was out last game than previous games. Now, Devontae's out. He's not playing this game because he's hurt. I don't know.
You
That's
think
what he
he's
said.
hurt?
He has a bad hamstring that, you know, he's out rehabbing right now, so that's why he's not playing. Who knows? There's people out there that say as soon as he gets traded, guess what? That hamstring gets miraculously healed. Whatever. But um, yeah, I mean that's the thing that Devontae brings to the table playing in our offense is that he does bring that distraction to the table, but he also is able to make those clutch plays. He made a lot of clutch plays during the Baltimore game, and that's bringing out that old Devontae Adams. So it's kind of interesting to see like the dynamic that he brings to the offense. It is a distraction. You can't not say it's not a distraction. It is definitely a distraction. Jacoby Myers, our one of our wide receivers, now probably considered wide receiver one. He did admit, like, hey, it is a fucking distraction, but we got to go out there and play football. We got to make plays. We got to continue to focus on the teams each week, in and out, and we just got to play football. We got to do our job. So, and a lot of the team is following the same suit, especially Max Crosby. He's not really letting all of that become a distraction. He really hasn't spoke on the trade. To be honest with you, I haven't heard anything from Max Crosby saying like, "Hey, you know what? Um, this is what I think about Devontae trade." He hasn't said anything about it, and I don't know, man. I mean, for me right now, listening to the Raiders, all the players this week, they're dialed in about tomorrow. So I feel that tomorrow we're gonna get a really focused Raiders team wanting to beat the Broncos because I mean we've been undefeated for quite a few years now, and we haven't lost to the Broncos and want to keep that streak going. I mean, to be honest with you, yeah, I don't see. Yes, it is a distraction, but I think that the Raiders are dialed in and they're gonna be able to go ahead and really bring it to the Broncos tomorrow. But yeah. So what do you think about the team's performance tomorrow, man?
I honestly think it's going to be a repeat of last year when we came. Both teams under 20 points. Uh, Maybe like a 17-15 or 17-14 victory, somewhere in that range. I think it's going to go down to the fourth quarter, a big drive, a field goal, just something to get the one team over the limit. I think Raiders win. It'll be a close game, maybe some turnovers.
Right.
Hopefully they can adjust to the offense, get that ball. They got to get that ball going, dude. They hardly go for long passes anymore. They're really sticking to basic passes, Jimmy G type offense is what it feels like at times when we're not letting it go. But that's what I'm thinking. I think it's going to be under 20 points, close, one in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be a tight game. I had commented on one of the other creators page. Shout out to the go to and Josh. Hopefully we get to link up tomorrow. Yeah, he asked, "What are your final score predictions going to be?" I said 21-17. I
Okay.
know it's going to be a close game, but kind of rethinking it. I rethought about it yesterday and rethought about it today when we were traveling, man. And I'm like, fuck, I don't think it's going to be that high scoring of a game. I think it's going to be a very close scoring game. It's probably going to be either 14-10 type victory or 14-13 or 10-7. It might
Oh,
be
damn.
that type of game. So yeah, see a lot of defensive plays tomorrow from both sides because I heard that the Broncos defense has really stepped up this year and our offense hasn't been great, and especially our O line. Now there is our two rookies that started last game. JPJ Jackson Powers Johnson. That guy is a fucking beast. Kid comes from Oregon, and he was just blocking the shit out of everybody. I think he did not let a pressure in that game. And then DJ Glaze, he's our other rookie, and he only let one pressure in that game. So having those two guys out there in that O line, they gave him that opportunity and they've risen to the occasion. I see them in this game as well. So the blocking has become better. It's not great by any means at all. So don't get me wrong. It still needs a lot of work, but there has been improvement. So I feel if we're able to provide time for Minshew, at least another 1 or 2 seconds in that pocket, it's gonna count. Now, this is what's also wrong with Minshew. If he has too much time in the pocket, he overthinks things, and then that's where the mistakes come. So there's been like analyzation. So if he's able to get that ball off within 1 to 2 seconds or less, he's his percentage of completion skyrockets. Anything past that, it drops down significantly. So keys here is just making sure he's able to go ahead and get the ball off quickly. Another thing too, I'm gonna tell you right now, bro, making sure we get Brock Bowers involved. We get Brock Bowers involved early on and continuously in the game, you're gonna see the Raiders offense really fruition. That kid is a beast. Another dude, this is our number one draft pick from Georgia, number 13. I guess is lucky 13, bro. But he has proved all the statistics right, to be honest with you. He's balled out, and I honestly think if we get the ball in his hands more often, we are going to see a better offense open up. You got also Jacoby Myers, our wide receiver. That kid can catch, man. If he gets open, you gotta get him the ball. He will make that catch. You got little Trey Tucker, bro. I don't know if you noticed Trey Tucker. That kid runs the 40. I think they have him clocked at 4.2, bro, on the 40. He's a speedster, bro. He's like Speedy Gonzalez, bro. He's down the field. He zips down the field, bro. So he smokes a lot of the cornerbacks out there. So I feel like if you get that, he at least once per game we're taking that deep shot down the field. But we have to get him the ball also more, especially after Devontae's out. We definitely got to feed him the ball. And you got the new guy, DJ Turner. DJ Turner scored a touchdown the last game versus the Browns, and he got speed too, man. So we got a few weapons out there. You got Madison also at running back, and then that dude could catch. He can go out on the open field and catch as well. So, the offense is there. There is a lot of potential, but honestly, I think by getting Brock Bowers involved early, we'll establish the passing game. Our run game has not been successful the last few games, bro. So we kind of have to switch that up to a pass first type offense, and then run after that. And it worked well with the Cleveland Browns, and I think we can find success with it again with the Denver Broncos. Uh, you know, so what's your final score? What do you think is going to be the final score tomorrow? Give me a prediction now, bro.
I'm sticking to a 17-4 game, like I said.
That's your final answer?
Yeah, final answer 17-14. 100%. I never fail, dude. It's gonna happen without doubt. Without doubt.
14 Raiders. Cool. You know what, bro? I'm gonna be a little bit more optimistic. I'm gonna err on the side of caution, and I'm gonna do 13-10 Raiders. We're gonna win by a field goal, bro. So 13-10 is my final prediction. It's gonna be a lower scoring game. A lot of refans aren't gonna like it. I hope I'm wrong, to be honest with you. I hope we are able to score 20 points because I keep saying, every episode we need to score consistently 20 points. We kind of have. I think the only time we didn't was the Charger game, but we consistently hit 20 points. Now, the Carolina game, yeah, we almost got blown out, but we ended up with 22, and then we ended up scoring 20 the last game, and then we ended up scoring like 26 versus Baltimore. So we've been doing good. So we need to keep on track with that. If we do score 20, it's going to be a 21-17 type final score. So, hopefully, and I have faith, Raiders will pull it off tomorrow. I'm wearing my lucky everything tomorrow to make sure that fucking happens. And like I said, we're out here in Denver. We're about to head out to the blackout party. We got to get going pretty soon, so we're about to wrap this up. But check us out tomorrow. We're doing the tailgate tomorrow. We're just going to be hopping from lot to lot. If you see me, flag me down. I'll probably be recording footage out there as well. So definitely hit me up. Ask me some questions. There were some questions that were asked actually. One of them, it was about the Devontae. Like, how would the team react to the Devontae trade? Like I said, the Raiders seem pretty dialed in. Um, I think that this distraction is going to be minimal, and it's not really going to phase them. So we should see definitely a pretty good, focus-driven Raiders team tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to be partying out there at the tailgate. We're going to be hopping from lot to lot. So definitely hit me up. Let's talk about the socials. So socials here. Hit me up on Instagram. JRaider_505 on Instagram. Again, now I'm also on X, aka Twitter. Same handle, JRaider_505. And obviously, tune in, like, and subscribe to this podcast. That is Just Raiders Baby Podcast here on YouTube. And I'm also on Daily Motion. So definitely check me out. And again, Instagram, JRaider_505, also on X. And same thing for my boy right here. Aesop, it's _Aesop.abq.hiker_. Is that your Instagram, bro?
Yeah, that's my Instagram. I mainly hike and play sports. That's kind of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. We represent fucking Albuquerque 505, man. I mean, we're one of the many Raider fans in Albuquerque. Albuquerque Raider Nation represent. Definitely. Hey, shout out to the Blackpool Albuquerque chapter. They did hit me up on Instagram the other day. So, hey, I'll try to come out for a Monday night game for sure at Bubba's. So if you're in Albuquerque and you're watching the podcast, definitely hit Bubba's 66 uh, 25. Uh, the Black Hole is posted up there. They do watch the Raider games every Sunday, Monday if it's a Monday night game, Thursdays if it's a Thursday night game. So if it's a Thursday night game, I'm there. If it's a Monday night game, I'm there. Sunday is gonna be a little tricky. To be honest with you, I just got the ticket. And it cost me an arm and a leg, so I'm watching it at home. Barbecuing, and my boy right here comes over every now and then as well to partake on the Raider game and some beer and some barbecue and shit. But yeah, Denver, we're coming for you. I don't see this coming out in a good way for y'all. So sorry, but Raiders are gonna win. Um, Shout out to the Raider Nation as always. Thank you so much, guys. That's it. This has been a special edition podcast in Denver. Just Raiders Baby podcast. I'll do the after game podcast, win or lose. It don't matter. I talk about it. Fuck it. It is what it is, man. I'm Raider Nation. Win, lose, or die. All day, every day. It's just Raiders, man. Thank you. Peace.
Peace.